Embattled Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is running for re-election. She made the announcement on social media. Village trustees have accused her of financial mismanagement. She is also under federal investigation. Henyard has denied the allegations.
This Tiffany Henyard saga has been going on for quite some time now. A lot of people is waiting for the feds to move in. We know that the feds moved in and they got Keith Freeman out the way. He's now working against the mayor. They got the embattled police chief, old police chief. They got him out of the way. And there's been a lot of chaos, a lot of corruption going on in Dolton, Illinois. We know that one trustee that was accused of that essay assault, Andrew Holmes, we found out that he's not going to be charged with anything. And people are still waiting to find out what's going to happen with the embattled mayor, Tiffany Henyard, who's also the head supervisor over Dolton Township. Well, they're waiting to see what's going to happen. But there's a re-election coming up, and she's declaring that she's going to run for re-election. But she also has Trustee House running against her, and they're saying this.
Dolton's controversial mayor, Tiffany Henyard, will be facing a challenger in next year's election.
Today, I'm here to proudly announce my candidacy for mayor of Dolton in February of 2025.
Dolton trustee Jason House announcing his intention to run against Henyard in next February's primary election. House has been one of Henyard's sharpest critics, blasting the mayor for her controversial spending and police security detail. Stories first reported by Fox 32 that have resulted in an ongoing FBI investigation. House says the village is a financial mess and voters are anxious for a change in leadership.
We've seen all kinds of spending, countless spending on Vegas trips, first-class flights, luxury hotels, and fine dining, all on the taxpayers. We've also seen $1 million a year of security following around one individual instead of being on the streets where they belong.
House is running on a reform ticket with two other trustees, Kiana Belcher and Brittany Norwood, and a former trustee, Edward Steve. They're calling their team Clean House 2025.
So he's running. He's running for mayor with Kiana Belcher, Trustee Norwood, and the other brother. And they call it Clean House 2025. And it needs to be the house needs to be clean, because I kept wondering, how did she get there in the first place? Why was she there? You know, the city, it's going to be hard to really clean up Dolton, Illinois, because of this issue. They don't have a lot of investors, people that want to come in and bring financial capital into the city. So it's hard for the city to be able to sustain itself. You know, this thing, you know, a lot of these cities outside of Chicago struggle. And they took a struggling city that was already in dire straits and just totally just dismantled and destroyed the city financially. And I don't know how they're going to be able to recover from that. But there's a YouTube channel where this man is breaking down and explaining why cities go broke. Check this out.
Today, cities have grown outwards so much they can't afford to maintain their basic infrastructure needs, such as paying for roads, sidewalks, water, and sewer infrastructure. This is because of the development pattern that ensued, which bankrupts municipal governments. So what happened? The answer is urban sprawl. Three of the most significant reasons local governments are unable to maintain basic infrastructure are because of zoning and land development regulations, the automobile and accompanying highways, and government subsidizing the single-family home.
And see, Tiffany Henyard in her tenure as mayor has been mismanaging funds in astronomical ways, to the point where they're in a $7 million deficit. Now, how they're going to get out of this, we don't know. But all the news, Chicago news publications has been covering this stuff, and they've been tracking the way that she's been spending the money on lavish trips, concerts, all kinds of foolish ways that she's been spending the money. We've seen knockout, drag out arguments that she's had with trustees where she's not relinquishing how she's spending the money, where's the money being allocated. So there's been a lot of corruption, and people still waiting for the feds to come in. But this is what CNBC is reporting. What's going on the ground in Dolton. Check this out.
recent cost causing concern, Henyard's Taste of Thornton Township last month. WGN Investigates obtained records that show singer Kiki Wyatt was paid $30,000 to sing for 30 minutes. Rapper Jay Holiday made $20,000 for a half-hour set. When you factor in staff, equipment, and other expenses, the total cost is at least $85,000, which is lower than WGN Investigates initially reported, but still raising questions.
And see, with all of this going on, they've been having meetings where they've been getting locked out of Village Hall, and it's just arguments. Fisticuffs almost ensued in some of these meetings. It's been real ugly to the point where it's not only state and local, it's with national and then international. People of all over the world is tuning in to see what's going on in this little village, a little town outside of the city of Chicago. Everybody's tuning in to see what's happening here. And it's sad because this is a city that's ran by black people. And this is the way we're being viewed around the world, as we're not capable of running cities. Well, we know that they was having Dolton meetings. She wasn't showing up to them. The trustees was having secret meetings held without her. It was just a whole bunch of foolishness. They've been in and out of court because of this. And now a judge rules Dolton meetings can be held at a park district, but the mayor, Tiffany Henyard, must preside. But how can they have these meetings if she's not showing up to them? But let's check out what ABC 7 show. Check this out.
Tonight, a judge ruling on how Dolton's monthly meetings should be run from here on out. Mayor Tiffany Henyard sued village trustees earlier this month, accusing them of illegally holding a meeting at the Park District building on October 7th. That night, Henyard had her own meeting at Village Hall, despite a notice from the Illinois Attorney General that the venue was too small to fit the crowd showing up to the meetings. Well, today a judge ruled while meetings can be held at the Park District, Henyard must preside over them. The judge specifically saying Trustee Jason House overstepped his powers, presiding over that October 7th meeting, adding he should have given Henyard more time to arrive. House says tonight he will honor the ruling, adding, quote, "This is a victory not just for us, but for the entire community, as it upholds the principles of fairness and transparency."
Now, just imagine you was thinking about moving from Chicago because there was too much crime, and you wanted to move out to the county. And you said, I'm not going to move to Harvey. Maybe I'll move to Dolton. And you went to a town meeting and you saw something like this taking place. Check this out.
You would be quiet and listen to what I'm saying. You would have heard my statement that I just said.
We're going to ask for a motion.
Okay, well, I got a comment. Now, don't take the roll call just because you want to be quiet now.
No.
Override.
Okay. You're out of order, trustee.
They can leave. They can leave. 200.
Jason House is going to win, right? He's going to win by a landslide. But the problem is, how is Jason House going to be able to sustain the city of Dolton when they don't even have the money to pay the vendors? Vendors don't want to come there. People don't want to invest into Dolton. Somebody like Donovan McNabb that was born in Dolton doesn't want to come back there. People don't want to invest in Dolton. Dolton is a city that's in serious trouble, and he's not going to be able to fix the city of Dolton in 4 years. It's a sad thing, man. You get a chance to see these African-American ran cities and how these cities are being ran into the ground. And just the way we get along in our relationships. And I often said, listen, whether it's the township with Trustee Gonzalez or whether it's Dolton, Illinois with these trustees, everybody has to be investigated because this woman had showed, I don't understand how she was even able to become the mayor and be able to run Thornton Township when her behavior was not becoming to what it is to being a leader. She had total disregard and disrespect for the past mayor Riley. She was disrespectful on it's just she was not the person for the job. She was not the person for the job. And now we get a chance to see what we've been seeing for the last 4 years, man. And it's real ugly, man. And the sad part is for the residents of Dolton, Illinois, that had to sit back and endure this. The police department, she fired the first police chief, and he resurfaced down in Florida somewhere, and he started talking about her and the corruption that was going on. Just so many different things that's petty. different things that she was doing. She even started a Facebook channel talking about she was going to spill the tea on how she wasn't giving people business license because they wasn't siding with her in the war. I mean, it was just crazy, 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 crazy. Like I said, lobster dinners, first class flights, and all kinds of stuff on the taxpayers' dime. On the taxpayers' dime. And a lot of people want the feds to come rush in, but I keep telling you guys, the feds come in when they're ready. They build a case. We see that Keith Freeman was basically had a career of criminality. The former police chief that's just been outed, not the one she fired, but the one that was fired by the trustees. This guy filed for bankruptcy so many different times and has now been indicted. She hired a guy that did 26 years for SA assault. Like it's this woman, she does unethical things while sitting in the office. She's sleeping with a married man. It's just so many different things, man, in this city, man. And the city of Dolton has been under the spotlight. And like I said, it's a sad thing. And my heart goes out to the residents of Dolton. But I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.